Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. It is me, your girl, Goddess of Love and Truth Reacts, coming to you with another reaction video upload. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. All of you guys' support is greatly and truly appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting the channel. Keep subscribing to the channel. Keep liking the video. This helps me get in and remain in the YouTube algorithm and helps YouTube to push my video out for a broader audience. So thank you guys so much for your support. I truly, truly, truly am thankful and appreciative. Thank you for helping me reach my first milestone of 1,000 subscribers. We are now on the road to 5,000 subscribers with a subscriber give back of $200. So let's do this, you guys. We can do it. All right, you guys, we are reacting to another video. Next on the docket, Country Wayne skit. Now this skit, we're going to be reacting to Zashery. The first part of it, I don't have a screenshot because I forgot. I don't think I planned on reacting to this part, but I feel like it's important to mention. So, with Zashery, y'all, she did what we thought she was going to do. She went over and she talked to Patty and she let Patty know what was going on with her mom and her sister. Now, she didn't ask Patty to move in, which is what I thought. I don't even know if she told Patty that she asked her mom that, but she just really told Patty how her mom, does things differently and is there for Shayla and is never there for her, and how she treats her differently than how she treats Shayla. And once they got to talking about her business and what she does, far as her being an artist, Patty, Patty is in the movie industry. I didn't know all that because, like I said, I don't be watching all the Patty's skits or whatever. I just known her to own that salon, but it looks like she in the movie thing because I did see a skit title where Mike was given a part. So maybe Ali is Sunny Daddy. I don't know. Somebody was telling me about her meeting with Ali, but I'm gonna figure it out. Thank you for leaving that comment. Let me know. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch that stuff. Reason why I don't know now because I literally just like read those comments and replied to it before I start doing these reaction videos. So I'm gonna go and check it out. Ali could be one of them guys. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna see who Ali is. I'm not sure, but I did see a title where Sonny Daddy gave Mike a leading role in I don't know, for a movie or something that they're doing, and Patty didn't like it apparently. And then so when she was talking to Zatri, she mentioned about them casting, and she was saying something that she needed some, and Zetra was like, yep, I'm gonna put your name on here now, because Zetra was like, yeah, because I got the skills or whatever. So she didn't come over there looking for a job, but she just came over there to vent about her mom and her sister and everything that was going on. And Patty is working on a project, and she actually needs Zatry. You know what I'm saying? Well, she don't need Zatry. She just needed a person in that field. But just so happened, bam, Zatry came right in on time. So she gonna look into getting Zatry that position, which will help her make more money, which helps her get closer to her goal to buying her property and getting, her vehicle or whatnot. So that's a good thing. And we all said that we knew Zachary was going to go and talk to her. But, Patty didn't just downright degrade her mom. She was just trying to say, I wouldn't say it's favoritism. Some kids, some of our children, you have to hold their hand a little more than the other ones, because some may be self-sufficient and the other one may lack in that, so they may need additional help. So you may think that it may look like you're getting neglected, but you're not. They just don't have to worry about you. But I wouldn't say that, and that's true, but I wouldn't say that that's the case in their situation. Her mama blatantly, it's like she despised Zachary. Like, even when they having conversations, she talk to Shayla, but she talked at Zachary, just like how Brody said. He like, you talk. I think was it Brody that said that, or Anthony that said that. Woody Woodpecker don't talk to Brody. She talk at Brody, and she does Zachary the same way. So y'all, Zachary wanted to go check on her father, and this is what had happened was. And as y'all see, I had the popcorn image up because we had to get the popcorn for this. So Zachary comes over and she wants to apologize to her dad for how she acted the last time she came. And she wanted to just talk to him and see if he really happy. And she see that he is truly happy there. When he was at home, she saw that he wasn't happy. Remember, she was the one kept reminding her mom, you need to be worried about dad. You need to be putting in this time, dad, where is your husband? You know what I'm saying? Worry about your husband. You all off in Shayla business, worried about what her and Anthony got going on and going over to Amber house trying to charge Amber up. You need to worry about your own household. You're not even being there for your own husband. And Brody tried, you know what I'm saying? He talked to Angelina. He told Angelina, listen, I need you to support me in this. I need your help. She was like, you got this. You don't need me, da 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 da. And she was like pretty much brushing him off until he was like, screw her. And he was just started doing his own thing. And then that's when now she want to make time and she want to come stalk him and see what he got going on and this and that, there and the other. Brody's situation when he went off and cheated, I'm still not saying and make it right, but his situation was totally different. I can pretty much understand him doing what he did. Anthony, on the other hand, he wasn't getting treated like that. You know what I'm saying? He was getting treated like a king. You know what I'm saying? He was getting treated like he already had that gold toilet seat. I can't believe that crazy woman bought him a damn gold toilet seat. Talking about because he need to sit on his throne. Girl, if you don't set your... Woody Woodpecker is a hot ass mess. She ain't even get her own husband no damn gold toilet seat. And then she wonder why he creeping with the life coach. So anyway, him and Zachary sat down on the couch and they get to talking and he see that that he didn't have to talk bad on her mom. She already knows who her mom is, you know what I'm saying? So she apologized to her dad and she understand why he did what he did. Not saying that she agree with it, but she understand. And then I'm glad that Brody let her know that I didn't leave your mama, she put me out. That's another difference between him and Anthony. And Amber didn't put Anthony out. Anthony just never brought his scary punk tail to the house because he was scared. But now he want to show up every day, keep popping the hell up. Like, you should have been doing that back then, honey, and maybe them divorce papers would have never got filed. But, child, that's neither here nor there. He only doing it now because he don't want to lose his money. He don't give a damn about Amber. So back to Brody now. So Brody was like, well, I'm glad that you came to check on me. He concerned about her as well. He want to, make sure she good and everything. So next thing you know, down comes Pamela, and Pamela like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back upstairs. See, I like Pamela. She respectful, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't coming down there to see what y'all talking about, to get in the business. She didn't even know Zachary was there. But when she saw, she apologized, even though it's her house, and she immediately finna go back up the stairs so they can have their father and daughter time. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want to intervene on that. So Zachary was like, no, come down. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to you anyway. So I was like, oh Lord, what she finna talk to her about? But baby, Zachary ended up apologizing to Pamela. And I love the way that Zachary apologized and explained her position and that, she just concerned about her dad. She didn't say nothing about her mom, but Pamela, being the woman that she is, you know what I'm saying? She already knows. She said, I get it. You want to protect your family, your mom and your dad. And she was standing up for her mom and she get it. She said, if it was me, I would have did the same way. She said, matter of fact, I probably would have been worse than you. You know what I'm saying? She was like, mine would have been worse. She's not saying that Zachary acted fool. She just saying that she would have acted a damn donkey if it was her daddy and her mama situation and her dad, living with another woman. So she said she get it. it, but she reiterated to her that it wasn't that she planned to do this. This has never happened before in her profession. And she was just like, she couldn't leave her dad out when she found out that her mom put him out, and he didn't come over there and ask to stay with her. As her being a life coach, he was just letting her know, and she was like, "Listen, you can stay here. I got more than enough room." And so Zatru was like, "Well, thank you, for taking him in. Thank you for being there for him. I see that you do truly make him happy." She see a different energy, a different light in her father than what she saw when he was at home with her mother. So she get it, and she's had to also deal with her mother's wrath. So she understand completely what her dad is going through. So they made amends. She apologized again, and Pamela keep telling her, "You don't have to apologize. You know what I'm saying? You don't owe me an apology. You had every right to feel and say what you wanted to say and feel. You know what I'm saying? This is your parents. That's your father. You have every right to feel how you want to feel. Don't apologize. You know what I'm saying? You don't owe me no apology at all." So Zachary, she was, cool with that and cool with opening up, but she still felt like, she should apologize or whatever. So then when it went off, as it was going off, her daddy said, "So have you decided on what you're going to do?" Y'all, if Zachary moved in over there, Woody Woodpecker gonna lose her SHIT. And I'm gonna be here for it, honey. I was thinking, I was like, well, maybe, Zatra should tell her dad, and maybe her dad will pay her rent, where she's staying in now. Maybe he would, pay her rent. That way she could still save some money, and she don't have to be, paying that rent or whatever. Because he seemed like the type that would help his child. He not finna help her struggle. You want the best for your kids, just like with me and everything. I know my son is a young man. He's a growing young man. He's a grown man now. But like when he was first in college and getting out of college, he was a young man or whatever. And I didn't want him to have to move out on his own and have to be, trying to take care of himself, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have it that way, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have parents that gave a damn and stuff like that. I had, soon as I graduated, I was gone. I was really gone before I was graduated, but that's neither here nor there. We're not about to get into all that craziness and drama. But anyway, I knew that what I went through, I didn't want my son to go through it. And my son been working since his senior year in high school. Even when he was in college, he had a job. Now I kept telling him I didn't want him to get a job because I wanted him to focus on his school and his extracurricular activities. Because my son has always played football. He started in Little League, and he played football all throughout his school year. His junior year, he had already played on varsity. So his senior year, I kept telling him he didn't need a job because you got football, you got school or whatever, and I wouldn't take him to apply for no job because I didn't want him to apply. He went, this ninja. That's how you raised a good young man. My son, I'm very proud of my son. I don't gloat or anything like that, but he make me very, 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 very proud. He not nothing like a Anthony or nothing like that. My son he's a great young man, a young man. My son went off on his own and applied for a job and got a job, and he was like, "I got a job and I start on this day." I was like, "This ninja did not tell you." So he decided he didn't want to play football no more. And I'm not gonna make him do stuff that he don't want to do or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You don't do kids like that or whatever. They have their own personality. They know what they want in life. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you got, if it's not best for them. Now if it's something too drastic, yeah, you got to step in. You got to say something. But everybody has to learn. You know what I'm saying? And especially as when they get of age. And he was of age where he could make those decisions. So I was like, "You don't need no job or whatever." So he got the job or whatever. When he went to college, he ended up getting a job down there. And matter of fact, when he was in high school, he had two jobs. He was working. I'm not gonna say where he was working at, but he was, because he still worked there now. He's to this day, the job that he got when he was in high school, he still worked there to this day. But he was working at his regular job, and then while he was in high school he was in this theater arts class. Theater, I think it was theater art drama. It was so long ago, y'all, I can't remember. My son grown. He about to be 27 next month. In less than a month he's about to be 27. But he was in this class, and so they went off to New York. They took a trip to New York, and he actually helped set up the stage play. He did the sound, the lighting, the theater, all the theatrics and stuff for the play Wicked. um it was three different plays that he worked on. So he has that in his belt, and he know how to do that. So when they came back from the show, came well, not from the show, but when they came back from their trip, they was there for like a week or two when they was in New York, the whole class. Well, not the whole class, but it was certain people, certain groups from the class, whatever. So when they came back, the school knew that he was in this class and he was doing that, but I don't think that they knew his skills. And once he went out here and he did all this stuff for the Broadway play, guess what the school did? The school hired him, and we lived right next door to his school when he was in high school in Garland. We lived right next door to the high school. They hired him. So he was working there, and he was working at his other job. Remember, I told y'all he had already got a job. So I was like, boy, you're not finna be doing this, this and that, there, and the other. So he kept his grades up. So I let him do it. You know what I'm saying? My son, he kept his grades up. He was very smart. He's never been into any trouble and stuff like that. He's stay on his curriculum, right? So he was so good at the thing where the grown people that was already working at the school, they really didn't even want them to do it no more. They wanted him to do it. And then like the days he was off, I remember plenty of time when they would have stuff going on at the school, like because it was the high school, so like the elementary schools and the middle schools, like if they had graduations or if they had little things, different things that they were doing, they would do it at the high school. And it was like a couple of times where we was at home at night, and they would call my phone. Well, not because he had his own phone. They would call his phone, but they would ask me as well. They was like, hey, we need him. Can he come over here? Now, the grown people that's working here and been working at the school, they having issues with the sound and the lighting and whatever, and they don't know what to do. They would call my son to come and fix it, y'all. So he always been on his thing, you know what I'm saying? So he would go over there because they knew we lived right next door. He'll go over there and he would fix it. Most of the time he'd come right back. Sometimes he'll stay until the end of the show, make sure they, didn't need anything else. So then when he went off to college, of course, he couldn't work at his regular job because his regular job was here in Texas, and he didn't go to college here. So while he was off in college, he ended up getting a job in the convention center for where the city he was living in. He got a job at the convention center where he was doing the same thing, the lighting and theater and stuff like that, because he got a good recommendation from his high school. But every time, like when they would have like breaks and stuff like that, like I wouldn't say the spring break, not the week breaks. It would be like the summer break or either like the Christmas break. When he come home, he would work for his job that he used to work at. His first job that he started working at when he was in high school. And then once he finished college and everything and he came back home, that's what he did. He went back to that job, and that's where he still works at now. But throughout college, throughout everything, he's always had a job. And so I said all of this because I'm like, I done gave y'all the whole long story. I said all of this to say that I didn't want him, even though I know he knows what he's doing and he has become a young man, grown and blossomed. And I don't know if you should say blossom for a man, but he has grown into a great young man. He's still a young man because he's just going to be 27, but he still is a grown man. But even still, me knowing that he was capable of all of this and I raised him right, he know what he's doing and he don't get into no trouble or anything like that. I still did not want him to be out there on his own yet, because especially fresh out of college, because I felt like there was no need to be. But me setting him up when he was in college having his own apartment, he got used to having his own stuff and taking care of his, well, he wasn't taking care of himself, he still was working. I let him do what he want with his money, and I paid, his rent and stuff like that, because that's still my son, and I'm paying for his college, I'm paying for him to have, his own place, because that's what he's used to, he's the only child or whatever. So I didn't want him to move out on his own. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't even ready for him to go to college, y'all. When I tell y'all, when he first went to college, his first 2 weeks in college, when I tell y'all I put vacation time in on my job and I stayed down there the first 2 weeks, baby, he did not like that. He was like, go home. He was like, go home. But I stayed there and I just found me something to do, because, baby, he was not trying to come entertain me, honey. He was living his life. So I was there basically by myself. But I stayed there for 2 weeks. But anyway, so once he finished college and he came back home, he was ready to move. I didn't want him to move, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted him to save his money. This is where I was getting to, but I gave y'all the whole long story instead of the short version. So I wanted him to save his money. I was like, you need to save your money. You need to make sure you have at least 6 times your rent before you try to move out or anything like that. I just, didn't want him to move out because I don't want him to struggle or whatever. But he did just that. He was saving his money because, mind y'all, he wasn't paying no bills or whatever. I was paying for everything: tuition, books, rent, whatever, you name it, whatever he need, I took care of it, right? So he was well equipped. I just did not want him to go. But guess what? The young man that I raised, he's not a mama's boy like that. I made sure that he wasn't gonna be no mama's boy, because I didn't want my son to be no simp. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, listen, I'm a grown man and I need to be out on my own. And he did that. And he been out on his own ever since he came back from college, and he been doing his damn thing. I am very, very proud of my son. So that's how Zachary's father is with her. She handling her business, and she a woman, and she's taking care of her business, and she doing what she has to do in life, whereas Shayla is laying on her back. She being just like her mom. So Shayla and her mom got a connection, and Zachary and her father have a connection. So it's nothing wrong with him paying her rent, you know what I'm saying, to help her save money so she can buy property. It's not like he's paying her rent so she could just sit on her butt and do nothing. She has a plan, and instead of putting herself in a bind, she want to make sure that she save her money, so when she do get this car and when she do buy this property, that she'll still be okay without struggling. And that's what any parent should want for their child. So I'm sorry I gave y'all the long story time. Some people like story time, some people don't. So I apologize if y'all don't, but if y'all do, thank y'all for tuning in or whatever. But it's nothing wrong with helping your kids out, even if they're grown, especially if they're doing what they supposed to do and they're doing stuff to better themselves. So y'all be there for your kids if they need you. You know what I'm saying? Don't pacify them and don't be a hindrance to them. But if they need your help and they are doing what they need to do, help them and be there for them. Baby, I know it's about to be some smoke in the city, because I feel like that's what he was getting at when he asked her, have she decided what she's going to do? And, it ended right there. Baby, if Pamela tell her she can stay there and Zachary move in, Woody Woodpecker gonna lose her beak and Shayla gonna have a fit. Y'all. Oh, and that's another thing. Zachary mentioned to Patty that Shayla got pregnant on purpose. So I'm thinking that Shayla was pregnant before she even messed around with Anthony. So Zachary know that Shayla did all of this purposely. Girl, let me find out. And she told Patty. I don't know how I forgot about that part. But all right, you guys, I've talked long enough. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let me know what y'all think about the skit. Do y'all think that Zachary gonna end up living over there with Pamela? And Brody, let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like the video, share the video, leave your comments down below. And again, don't forget to click that subscribe button, click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. And as we say before we go, love, peace, and hair grease. Smooches. Bye. Happy hump day.